This book is not gentle. This book does not whisper. This book declares. It declares one powerful truth. You were not born to be small. You were not born to obey fear. You were not born to wait. You were not born to live a quiet, limited life. You were born to choose, to decide, to lead, to command your own life. The central idea. The Motivation Manifesto is about personal freedom, not political freedom, not social freedom. It is about inner freedom. Freedom from fear, doubt, laziness, excuses, other people's expectations. Brendon Burchard says, the real battle of life is not outside us. It is inside us. Why people feel lost. Look around. People feel tired, confused, unmotivated, stuck. They wake up. They scroll phones. They go to work. They come home. They repeat. Life becomes a loop. Why? Because they stop declaring what they want. They let life decide for them. History metaphor, powerful for ASL. Brendon uses history. In old times, people lived under tyranny. Kings controlled land, time, voice. People had no choice. Now listen carefully. Today, no king controls you, but fear does. Doubt does. Comfort does. Other people's opinions do. This book says, you must start a new revolution, not outside, inside. Declaration of personal power. This is the heart of part 1. Brendon introduces the idea of a personal manifesto. A manifesto is a strong statement, not a wish, not a hope, a decision. Example, I declare that I will live with intention. When you declare, your brain listens, your body aligns, your actions change. Why motivation fails? Most motivation is weak. Why? Because it is based on mood, inspiration, external push. Brendon says real motivation comes from identity plus choice. You do not wait to feel motivated. You command yourself to act. Freedom from fear. Fear is not real danger. Fear is imagined pain, future worry, old memories. Fear asks, what if I fail? The manifesto answers, what if you don't try? The cost of a small life. Living small has a price. That price is regret, frustration, silent sadness. One day you will ask, why didn't I try harder? This book says that day is today. Command your mind. Your mind is a tool. If you do not control it, it controls you. Brendon teaches, speak to yourself with authority. Use strong words. Eliminate weak language. Instead of I hope, say I decide. We made a declaration of freedom, a declaration of choice, a declaration of power. Now comes the real fight, not with the world, not with people. The fight is with self-doubt. What is self-doubt really? Self-doubt is not intelligence. Self-doubt is not humility. Self-doubt is fear pretending to be logic. It says, you are not ready. You are not good enough. You should wait. But waiting has ruined more lives than failure ever did. Where self-doubt comes from. Brendon explains something important. Self-doubt is learned. It comes from childhood criticism, past failures, comparison with others, society's expectations. You were not born doubting yourself. A child runs, falls, stands again. No doubt, no shame. Doubt enters when we start asking, what will they think? Confidence is a decision. This is powerful. Confidence is not a feeling. Confidence is a choice. You do not wait to feel confident before acting. You act, and confidence follows. Brendon says, confidence is born from honoring your word to yourself. Signed word, honor. Broken promises to self. Think deeply. How many times have you said, I will start tomorrow. I will be disciplined. I will change. And then you didn't. Each broken promise steals confidence. Each kept promise builds confidence. Start small. But start now. Stop asking for permission. Most people wait. They wait for approval, validation, permission to be great. Brendon says, no one is coming. No one will give you a green signal. You must give it to yourself. The tyranny of other people's opinions. This part is crucial. People fear judgment more than failure. They think, what if they laugh? What if they criticize? Truth. People are busy with their own lives, and even if they judge, their opinion does not pay your bills, does not live your life, does not carry your regret. Reclaiming personal authority. Brendon introduces a strong concept, personal authority. It means you decide your standards, you decide your values, you decide your direction, not society, not relatives, not fear. Authority begins when you stop apologizing. for wanting more. Stop minimizing yourself. Many people say, I am just a normal person. Brendon calls this self-betrayal. You minimize your dreams to make others comfortable, but comfort kills greatness. You are allowed to want success, impact, growth, courage before clarity. This is powerful. Most people wait for clarity. They say, I will act when I feel ready. Brendon says, courage comes first. Action creates clarity. Movement creates motivation. Stand up, move, decide. The role of discipline. Confidence without discipline collapses. Discipline means doing hard things, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is self-respect in action. Command your inner voice. Your inner voice matters. If your inner voice is weak, your life will be weak. Stop saying, I can't. Say, I will figure it out. Words shape identity. Daily confidence ritual, ASL friendly. Brendon suggests rituals. Simple daily actions. Morning declaration. Clear intention. One courageous act. Example declaration. I trust myself. I act with courage. I keep my promises. Ending self-doubt forever. Self-doubt does not disappear forever, but now you recognize it. When it appears, name it, challenge it, act anyway. Courage is not absence of fear. Courage is movement with fear. Now comes the next battle, the battle for focus. Because without focus, power is wasted. The world is designed to distract you. Look around. Phones, notifications, news, social media. The modern world does not reward focus, it steals it. Brendon says, the greatest danger of our generation is not laziness, it is distraction. Why focus is freedom. Focus is not restriction, focus is freedom. When you focus, your energy multiplies, your work improves, your confidence grows. A scattered mind creates a scattered life. Decide what matters most. This is key. You cannot focus on everything. Brendon teaches, choose your primary battles. Ask yourself, what truly matters? What moves my life forward? What deserves my attention? If everything is important, nothing is. Intention over reaction. Most people live in reaction. Emails, messages, problems. They start the day already behind. Brendon says, live with intention, not reaction. You decide how the day begins. What gets priority? When to say no. The power of morning intention. Morning matters. The first hour shapes the day. Brendon suggests, no phone immediately. Clear intention. One meaningful goal. Start the day on offense, not defense. Discipline is freedom in action. Discipline is misunderstood. People think discipline is punishment. Discipline is self-love. It means I respect my future enough to do hard things today. Without discipline, dreams stay dreams. Plans stay ideas. Building focus rituals. Focus is built through rituals. Small habits, repeated daily. Examples, fixed work time, clear workspace, single task focus. Do not rely on motivation, rely on systems. Single tasking versus multitasking. Multitasking is a myth. It weakens attention. It lowers quality. Brendon teaches one task, one moment, full presence. This is how excellence is born. Eliminate energy drains. Focus requires energy. Ask, what drains me? Which people distract me? Which habits waste time? Eliminate without guilt. Your future deserves protection. Saying no is a leadership skill. Every yes costs something. Time, energy, focus. Strong people say no to protect their mission. Saying no is not selfish. It is strategic. Dealing with boredom and resistance. Boredom will come. Resistance will come. This does not mean stop. It means you are doing meaningful work. Growth is uncomfortable. Stay. Push. Continue. The role of environment. Your environment shapes behavior. Clean space, clear mind. Messy space, messy focus. Design your environment to support discipline. Daily focus declaration. Speak this daily. I choose focus. I protect my attention. I act with intention. Words program the mind. Living with purposed attention. When you focus, life feels meaningful, work feels powerful, confidence deepens. You stop reacting, you start leading. Freedom was declared, confidence was reclaimed, focus was chosen. Now comes the moment most people avoid, the moment of courage. Because courage is not loud, courage is not easy. Courage is action. In the presence of fear, what courage really is, courage is misunderstood. People think courage means no fear, no doubt, no hesitation. Brendon says courage means feeling fear and acting anyway. Fear will always appear when something matters. That is the price of meaning. Why people live small. Most people do not fail. They retreat. They lower dreams. They quiet their voice. They avoid discomfort. Why? Because fear convinces them Stay safe. Don't stand out. Don't risk it. Safety becomes a cage. Fear is not your enemy. This is important. Fear is not evil. Fear is a signal. It signals growth, expansion, importance. If something scares you, it probably matters. Run toward it. The courage to be seen. One of the biggest fears is visibility. People fear being judged, being criticized, being misunderstood, but hiding has a cost. When you hide, your voice weakens. Your impact disappears. Brendon says, you were not born to be invisible. Stop negotiating with fear. Fear likes negotiation. It says, do it later. Do it when you're ready. Do it when it's safe. Brendon teaches, do not negotiate. Decide. Act. Move. Courage is a muscle. Courage grows through use. Small acts build strength. Examples. Speaking up. Trying again. Saying no. Saying yes. Every brave act makes the next one easier. The cost of cowardice. This is heavy. Cowardice does not look dramatic. It looks like delay, excuses, comfort. But the cost is huge. Regret, frustration, self-disrespect. Brendon says the pain of regret is heavier than the pain of courage. Courageous living requires truth. Courage demands honesty. Honesty about what you want, what you tolerate, what must change. Stop lying to yourself. Comfortable lies destroy powerful lives. Drawing boundaries. Courage means boundaries. It means protecting your time, protecting your energy, protecting your values. Not everyone deserves access to you. This is not arrogance. This is self-respect. The courage to disappoint others. This is difficult. Sometimes courage means disappointing others. You cannot live your truth and please everyone. Brendon teaches, choose integrity over approval. Bold action over perfect plans. Waiting for perfection kills courage. Brendon says, bold action creates momentum. Action first. Refinement later. Messy courage. Beats perfect hesitation. Daily courage practice. Courage must be practiced. Daily question. What would a brave person do today? Then do one thing that scares you. Small. Intentional. Daily. Courageous self-talk. Your inner dialogue matters. Replace I'm scared with I'm capable. Replace what if I fail with what if I grow. Living boldly without apology. Bold living does not require apology. You do not apologize for ambition, discipline, standards. You honor them through action. Freedom was declared. Confidence was reclaimed. Focus was chosen. Courage was awakened. Now comes the highest calling. Not power over others. Not success alone, but love. Because without love, freedom is empty. Love is not weakness. Many people misunderstand love. They think love means is soft, passive, weak. Brendon says, love is the highest form of strength. Love means care deeply, act bravely, serve intentionally. Love is not emotion only. Love is commitment in action. Love for life itself. The first love is life. Many people survive life. Instead of embracing it, they complain, they resist, they endure. Brendon teaches, choose to love life, even when it is hard, even when it is unfair. Loving life does not mean everything is perfect. It means you say, I am still grateful to be here. Self-love is self-respect. This is critical. Self-love is not selfish. Self-love means honoring your values, protecting your energy, living with integrity. You cannot hate yourself into a better life. You improve through respect, forgiveness as freedom. Holding anger feels powerful, but it is heavy. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was okay. Forgiveness is saying, I will not carry this anymore. Forgiveness frees you. Love in action, service. Love demands action. Brendon emphasizes a meaningful life is a service-driven life. Service means adding value, helping others grow, making life better. You do not need to be famous to serve. You need to be intentional. Why service creates fulfillment. Success without service feels empty. Money alone does not satisfy. Achievement alone does not fulfill. Fulfillment comes when your growth helps others grow. This is how purpose is born. Leadership is not a title. Leadership is not position. Leadership is influence. You lead by your example, your discipline, your courage. Every action teaches. People are watching. Leading with character. Character matters. When no one is watching, do you keep promises? Do you act with integrity? Do you choose courage? Leadership begins in private, the responsibility of personal power. With freedom comes responsibility. You are responsible for your attitude, your effort, your impact. Blame gives comfort. Responsibility gives power, rising above pettiness. Petty thoughts weaken leaders. Gossip, jealousy, resentment. Brendon teaches, rise above small thinking. Choose grace. Choose maturity. Love does not mean lowering standards. Important point. Love does not mean tolerance of disrespect. Love includes boundaries. You can be kind and still be firm. Building a legacy. Legacy is not money. Legacy is how people felt around you, what you stood for, how you helped others rise. Ask yourself, if I disappear tomorrow, what remains? Daily legacy questions. Brendon suggests reflection. Daily ask, did I live with intention today? Did I act with courage? Did I serve with love? These questions shape destiny. Love over fear. Fear isolates. Love connects. Fear says, protect yourself. Love says, open your heart. A meaningful life is an open life. Becoming a force for good. You are not here by accident. Your experiences, your pain, your growth, all prepare you to help someone else. This is transformation. Final declaration. Repeat slowly. I choose love. I lead with integrity. I serve with courage. I leave a legacy. The manifesto completed. This manifesto is not to be read once. It is to be lived daily, intentionally, bravely. Freedom is not given. Freedom is chosen. Final closing. Powerful end. You are not small. You are not late. You are not powerless. You are awake. Now live awake. Love boldly. Lead bravely. Serve fully. This is your life. Make it count.